Pisces. Boom bam. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another of Ethel stream. Tonight we can discuss okay. So tonight we have a guest. Our guest is Ryan the guitarist. Yeah. Pachi. Ryan, say hi.
Alright, so
Stop.
today is going to be a pretty sensitive topic. Yes, that is right.
Yes.
It is going to be a pretty sensitive topic, and first, to open this topic, I would like to just give a small introduction to what is racism.
Okay. Hold on. Can we get introduction of yourself first, mate?
Yes,
Before
sure.
we start.
I am Ryan the guitarist. I am a YouTuber, of course, not a VTuber. Not a VTuber anymore, actually. I've rebranded myself. I play guitar as a hobby, and I've also uploaded covers and do streams of that. Other than that, I also game, and I also like to hang out with people. And not to mention, I'm younger than most of you think, alright?
Wow. How much younger is this?
I'm
12
not allowed
years old?
I'm not allowed to work.
Still very small then.
Yes.
Okay, let's check the chat what they say. So, you're welcome. Unusual topic. Hello, welcome. Gonna be pretty sensitive, yes. Okay, so the topic tonight will be racism. Yeah. Okay, now we start about the topic. Ryan,
Yes.
what do you have to say about this topic?
Racism. First, we gotta know what is racism.
Huh.
According to the dictionary, it's prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. There are some tricky words here, but let's just dissect them. Prejudice. Prejudice is a liking or dislike for one rather than another, especially without a clear or good reason. And discrimination is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. Now, prejudice and discrimination are similar. Prejudice is the attitude of disliking or liking one another, and discrimination is the action of what you're doing to those you hate.
So discrimination is the action, prejudice is the mind thinking.
Yes, it's the attitude. It's the assumption or the opinion about someone simply based on that person's membership to a particular group. And that discrimination happens a lot. We've seen many examples, but I would just like to take one example. One of them, discrimination. I could take example back then, really long ago. In I think it was, wait, I forgot. I think it was in the United States or Africa when black people were enslaved. That is one. I could say that is one type of discrimination. What is slavery? First of all, slavery is the condition in which one person is owned by another, and so that means you are forced to do whatever your owner says. Of course, we all know what that is, and that could be in many types of ways, and you cannot fight back against who owns you. So they can discriminate you. They can call you anything. They could potentially do anything to you, and you have to obey them.
Because you're own.
Yes, of course. One other type of one other example of slavery is back then in Indonesia, like how many years ago? 400 years ago, I guess. Around 400 years ago. No, sorry, 300 years ago. Excuse me. When the Dutch colonized us, Back then, there was a guy named Herman William D'Andles, and he was the one that enslaved many of Indonesians to force on working on a road to build along the Java Island. That's another example. Now, discrimination can happen because of many things. One of them is cultural diversity. Cultural diversity is basically, of course, as it says, the diversity of cultures. There are many cultures in this world, of course, as we all know. In Indonesia, of course, there are many different kinds of cultures, small, big, whatever it is. There are hundreds of cultures. Many cultures, of course. And also in the rest of the continents, in Asia, Europe, America, there are many cultures. And because of that, there are things that could happen amongst one culture against another, of course. Why could discrimination happen? In my opinion, it could be the fear of one another against one another. What I mean is like the fear of a certain group of race, a group of people from a certain kind of race that you think pose a threat to you. For example, the fear of most people against black people. There are many assumptions about black people. Many people assume that they're always doing the negative things. Although, in my opinion, based on my experience, I've befriended a lot of people. There are people who have darker skin than me. There are people. I friend blacks. I've befriended whites. I've befriended, I guess, almost everyone. And I could say, not everyone is like that.
Of course.
Not everyone. Not everyone wants to do bad things to you from a certain race. Not every black person wants to hurt you. Some of them want to be friends with you. Alright? But some people are just so enclosed to the thought of fear.
This race is bad. Basically.
Yes. They all want to show themselves that they are more better than that other race, so that they don't take advantage. So, like, let's take an example: racism against black people. There are many negative impacts that happen on that. Black people could suffer less job opportunities. They could suffer a lot of racial stress from one race, from whites or for anyone, and because of that, they could lead themselves to harmful hobbies or harmful addictions. Now, discrimination, prejudice, or racism is, in fact, in my opinion, one part of segregation. Segregation is setting someone or something apart from other people, or things are being set apart. So that means the separation of things, basically. And in my opinion, that is not good. Especially racial segregation. No. That is not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
Why? Why do we have to separate each other?
Yeah. We are human.
Why?
We
are all men. We are all human. We are all one. Back then I've heard one speech from Martin Luther King Jr. the I Have a Dream speech. This is one that I agree with. He said, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the truth meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. The sentence, all men are created equal, I 100% agree with that. Because, take a look. Let's dissect the insides of a European, an Asian, a black, and a white. We see that their insides, all of their organs, they are the same as us. We are all the same. We are all Homo sapien. Yes. But the differences is only what classifies us. Our race is what differentiates us. But that shouldn't be a thing that separates us. that shouldn't be a thing, because why would you not want to be with someone that's a different race with you? Of course, there are many reasons, but come on.
Mm.
Don't
Like,
make just do not discriminate one another, because that could lead to one's downfall.
yeah, exactly. I mean, like, if it's to select life partner, for example, right? Well, everyone has preferences on what race they want their life partner is. It's because it's their life that will be affected, right? But if it's like, workplace or things like that, in general, making friends, basically, there's not the race aspect should not matter, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I've heard many things about what disadvantages that racism can give to one person. That is one of them. Job opportunities. Even though, let's say, I've heard this one small social experiment where people send 1,500 fake resumes. Half of them have names that are sounding like black people's names, and some that are sounding like white people's names. And guess what? The names that are more related to white people are more accepted. That is something I'm truly shocked about. Some might be saying, why are you making racism a big deal? Because what is racism for anyways? Why?
Yeah. Why is it even a thing, right? Because
why do we have to discriminate? Why do we have to segregate ourselves? Why do we have to hurt each other just because we're different? We don't have to make that we don't have to make our race, our ethnic culture separate us. That is not right. That is, in my opinion, what's not right. Because let's take, for example, Indonesia. Like I said, we have a lot of cultural differences. There are many people that come from different cultures. They have different. Everyone has a different religion. Everyone has a different, I guess, race. Everyone has different traditions and such. And what keeps us one? One of them, in my opinion, is the symbol of this country that we all look up to, and what we've learned from our schools. That one symbol, the Garuda bird, that has the letters written Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means we're all different, but we are still one. That is something that, in my opinion, that could be learned. Learning to tolerate one another from our differences, whether that's religious difference, racial difference, anything. We have to learn to accept ourselves, because if we don't accept or tolerate the different people, especially in Indonesia, Indonesia can collapse again. And we don't know, because of all of the intolerance against one another.
Because we'll be fighting against ourselves then.
Yes.
Yes, because we're different.
We'll be fighting against all our brothers and sisters, and that is something that we do not want at all. And this could happen not just only in Indonesia. Many countries can face that too, with a big population and of course a lot of ethnical differences.
Okay, so let's check the chat. What they have to say? Tommy, hello. Asa, hello. Hello, racers. Let's go. We are racing here. It's not racist if you have good reason. What? Well, what good reason do you have to be racist? Oh, I guess the life partner thing. What do you think about that? Do you think it's okay to be racist when selecting life partner? Like selecting spouse and all that?
Let me think. to be racist, racism is of course it produces discrimination and antagonism of one another. No, we cannot discriminate. We still cannot discriminate one another, even though we're choosing a life partner.
Why?
It's best. Well, like I said, discrimination is the act of making unjustified distinctions between people based on groups. So we are, of course, doing the action of making misconduct against one person or another based on our differences, whether that's race. We're still people. And we are hurting each other. People against people.
People against people. But okay, if let's see. If when you're looking for a life partner, do you prefer someone let's say there are two people, okay? These two people have the same personality, let's say, and you like their personality. But A is let's say A looks just exactly the way you want your life partner to be, but B doesn't. Which one will you choose?
So you're saying A is the preference of the race, basically the preference that I like, the type of people I like. B is exactly the same, but the race and let's take for example the race is different. That is a hard question.
Will you choose A or B? Because let's say to put it simply, A has the look and the personality, but B only has the personality. Will you choose A or will you choose B? And let's say you been to make the choice like simple and all that. Let's say you are also like very good friends with both of these people. Like they're fun to be with.
Well, okay, so different looks and different looks but same personality.
Yeah.
One thing to quote here: preference is not discrimination, because preference of one or the preference of what you want your life partner to be is on you. And how do I say it? How to say it
without being racist, huh?
How do I say this?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about though, because like when we are looking for a life partner, we're also looking for the appearance though, right? And
Yes,
and then sadly, race. I'm sorry about that. Okay, sadly, race decides one's appearance from the start. So that's why I say being choosing your life partner based on the race, I would say it's okay, because that's just you choosing how your life partner would look like, right?
Yeah.
Because appearance, people say, oh, it's about the heart, it's about the personality, but they say that, but when they see some big booba, someone with big booba, they go monkey anyway. So it's not about the personality, is it? It's not just about the personality, is it? It's also about the appearance and all. So,
preference, I could say, is not racist because we are of course choosing our life partner, and we don't have any means to discriminate one another. We don't have any means of prejudice against another one. Of course, we are just choosing what we like more. It's funny thing is, preference is the same as guitars. You know, you kind of like guitar A because of how it feels, how it looks, and sometimes and then you don't like guitar B because you don't like the looks. It doesn't feel great on you. It basically goes along with many things. Yeah, preference it really does depend on the person. So you can't really fight against that.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, on the nation for some reason, fatherless. interesting. Halo, topik menarik dong. Ih, kenapa di chat putih harus jalan dulu? Apakah itu rasis? Imki, halo. So, Imki asks, why in chess the white one move first? Is it racist?
Wait, what was that? Sorry. Sorry.
So when you play chess, the
Yes.
white always move first, right? That's the
Yes.
official rule. So why white first, not black first? Is that racism?
That is another hard question. That is something I have yet to question myself. Why does white go first in chess?
Yeah, why?
I'm just searching this up, and this says a beginner of chess learns the power of white first very quickly. They will see that an opponent will prefer the white pieces if given a choice. They feel a sense of empowerment even when they are playing a stronger opponent. For this reason, players who play white may be more motivated to win. But the question here is, why does it always have... What's the real reason white is chosen to go first? That is something that I've yet to receive an answer on myself.
Maybe there's an answer there somewhere in Google. Let's check another question. Oi, hello. Adi, hello. Daya sa mga humanity. What? Online. Way behind the chats. Ito not even human. My great hello. This case about racism. Welcome. Comfortable? TP, hello. You know the difference between racism and discrimination? What's the difference there? Do you know, Ryan?
What?
Do you know the difference between racism and discrimination? Ask TP.
Discrimination is the action of misconduct or anything you're doing to someone who's different than you. Racism is part of discrimination. It's what do you call it? A subclass? No. A category of discrimination. There we go. It's one category of discrimination.
So racism is always a discrimination, but discrimination isn't always about race.
Discrimination, of course, is not only about race. I've seen different types of discrimination, whether that's sexual orientation, your preference of sex, and oh my god, the discrimination amongst that community is insane. And discrimination can also happen between religions, and that is an even sensitive topic I don't want to talk about.
Okay,
Hell no.
Let's give it a raise for this for this time. Okay. When I was a kid, I thought racist is the one who drive cars.
Those are racers.
Okay. Speaking about race, there's this quote. I don't know who said it, but someone said basically racism will only ever be solved if we stop talking about it.
Racism will only stop if you stop talking about it.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm confused here is how will people be informed about how to avoid racism and how to not conduct racism against one another? How to learn how to tolerate one another? How? Without...
but here's the thing though. Don't you think that makes sense? Like, if we just don't care anymore about race, then there won't be any racism. Because we don't care. We just don't care. It's there.
Yeah.
It's still the race and all that. It's still there. We just don't care about it. Wouldn't that
is what
sense?
I do. That is what I do. I do not care about race. So I befriend anyone who there is. Because I don't judge people by their race. I only judge them by their personality. If someone is, of course, being a jerkhead to me, of course I won't befriend them because they're being mean to me.
Yeah, they mean.
No one wants that, right?
Uh-huh.
Nobody wants a jerkhead to you don't want to be friends with a jerkhead that likes to bully you or something like that. No, that'll hurt you. Of course, that is I could say some segregation, but in a good way. You're trying to avoid yourself from being hurt, and that is good.
Well,
You don't want to. You don't want to hurt yourself.
Yeah. In the end, you still have to choose the people that you interact with, but the best way to separate these people is not from their race, but from their personality, from their actions, right? Because those are the things that they can control, like race, gender, and all that they cannot control. So, like, yeah, it's not their fault, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard something like that. Personality, the judgment between personality and race on. I think it was again on the "I Have a Dream" speech by Martin Luther King. He did say that a man will not be judged by the color of his skin or his race, but by his personality. I think I've heard him say that.
Yeah, we gotta judge from the personality. Okay.
Yeah.
How about TikTok? Some people call me racist just because I say I don't like to use TikTok. What the hell? How is that racist? TikToker is a race now. Let's go. Happy hello. How chess is invented. According to some other person, there's not racism in chess. What goes for because someone has to, and it has to be uniform rule. How can we promote white privilege in today's game? They were thinking, we can only have two story black and white pieces, and Helmi has to go first. White supremacy.
So that's the history of chess. Thanks.
But someone say, Choco, welcome by the way. Choco also say like there's no racism. There's no race in it. They just need a uniform rule, universal rule.
I see. Yeah.
And they decide that the one who go first is from the color, and then people eventually relate them to racism. I guess I don't know.
I see.
Okay, TV. Is it racist if you hate everyone? So I guess if you want to say, if you're racist against everyone, are you racist?
So the question here is: so is it racist if you hate everyone? If you don't do any discrimination, how do I? I think this is how I view it. As long as you don't discriminate one another because of what they are. What they are, I mean, is just a shortcut to race, gender, age, religion, blah blah blah. Just that in general. As long as you don't try to bully or discriminate them because of those reasons, you just hate everyone. How? So is it if you hate everyone? Hate everyone in what way?
Okay, TP, elaborate. Hate everyone in what way? Okay, if you hate everyone, you don't discriminate. I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone gets the same treatment. Hatred.
I guess so. The amount of hate is equal amongst all.
I think hating everyone is just edgy. See ya there. Another someone in 2000. Let's see, some people must race to forget the word race. Okay. Here's another question about race. Do you think it's okay for racism to be joked about?
Racism to be joked about. I've heard this many times, and I have seen this been conducted around my friend space, and
Hmm.
well, as long this is how I see it.
Hmm.
As long as you are with that friend group and you don't do racial jokes against other people, I think you're safe.
Hmm.
I, I mean, I have a friend group that does that, but I never make it a habit. I
Hmm.
will I never try to make it a habit and do racial jokes to other people. No.
Hmm.
No.
Hmm.
Because you don't know what other people will respond to that.
Ah.
Sure, you know how your friend group will respond to that
Hmm.
because well, you know them. You know
Hmm.
how they act when you do those racial jokes or you do any jokes. You know how they will act like.
Hmm.
But with other people, you don't know.
Hmm.
You don't know if they will be comfortable with those racial jokes. You don't know if your jokes are funny or not with them. So
Hmm.
you gotta know them. You gotta know
Hmm.
them.
You gotta know the audience of your joke first before making the joke.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay, now, uh, the thing is though, if so, let's say you make a racist joke, okay? It's a joke, right? It's meant to be laughed at. It's not serious. It's not a critic or anything. It's just something to be laughed at. But then someone is triggered by it. Someone doesn't like you making this racist joke. Is it your fault for making a racist joke, or is it that person's fault for uh, you know actually caring about racism at all? Because the just like the quote I threw just now, racism is only a problem if people care about it. Now who's
Hmm.
at fault here?
In my opinion, it's me.
Mm.
Because I do not know if the person doesn't like it. Because,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I don't like to do what someone doesn't like hearing. So,
Mm-hmm.
I will, of course, instantly apologize in
Mm-hmm.
every way possible. No, I hate it when people are uncomfortable. I hate it when people are uncomfortable because of what I said, what I did, whether what I said was just a regular joke or a racial joke. Of course, I know not everyone likes it, so I can't always do that. I can't always do
Mm-hmm.
racist jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone will like it. Same goes to well preference. Everyone has their own preference, and some people may not like. Let's say streamer A. Some people may not like streamer A. Some people may like streamer A. Same goes to streamer B. So the point is, it's my fault that I didn't know that they don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
and of course I should stop joking about race or discrimination with
With
them.
these people. Okay. Hi, another question from Choco. What do you think about the wokeness from like Netflix and all that? Because like they have films where the character is white but they make it black on the film. Do you think is that racism? Is that even okay?
Wokeness on Netflix, where
Mm.
if a character is white on source material, they make that character black.
Yeah, for inclusivity and all that. They even say like they want to make wait, no, that wasn't like the other way. Anyway, yeah, you know what I mean. What do you think?
I don't think that could be racism because there are many reasons why they could do that. One, they cannot find. There could be many reasons. I'm just naming one of them. Thinking about one, they could not find a character, the perfect actor, to become the person that is black on the film or on the movie or something. They could not find the perfect one based on the director's what do you call it, standards. They couldn't find the right one, so they had to do plan. They have to do plan B. They had to do they had to do their backup plan,
Mm.
and it might be the only way they could do it. I mean, that could be the only way left they had to
Mm.
do.
I don't know
Yeah, there
about
are.
that though, because like there are a lot of wokeness thingies going on over there in the West. Like so, it's very possible that they make the character black just because they want it to be black.
Oh yeah, that could happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
people. There may be some actors that volunteer themselves, even though they are white. They volunteer themselves to be the black actor.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
okay.
it's the other
Oh,
way around. The character on the source material is white, but the actor they choose a black people.
so this. Wait, come again?
So the source the I don't know if there's ever like a black Batwoman in the comic, but as far as I know, you know Batgirl, not Batwoman, Batgirl,
Yeah.
the one from Batman's friend.
Oh yeah.
In a lot of comic and cartoons, she's always white. But then Netflix made a Batgirl film, but the Batgirl is black. Basically that. That's one of the example. And,
Oh, so like,
Hmm.
so like, without the consciousness of the actor is white, right? Let's say that. Is that am I right?
no, the actor is black, but
Oh,
the
the actor
character in the source material is white.
is white,
Hmm.
and then
And-
they had. So this could happen. The source, the actor is black. The source material is white. So that
Hmm.
means. That means. That means. Does that mean that the without the actor's consciousness, they had to edit
Hmm?
the color of her skin?
No,
or
no. They don't edit at all. They just show it as it is. And here's the thing also, I don't think it's because they cannot find a good actor for it or anything, because there's a plethora of actors and actresses over there that can play the role, because there are many of them, many people, and even if they can only find, let's say, a black person to play the white character, right? There are there are always like tricks, techniques, technologies, and all that to change someone's skin color, like makeup and all that, for the to shoot the film. Like for example, you know the Iron Man, the Downey Jr. His name?
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
Robert Downey. Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. He used to play as a black character in some old military movie, and
Oh, yeah.
he really appeared like a black character there. So like it's not impossible to change the look of an actor in
Yeah.
a film. So what do you think about this? Like, is this okay to change the race of a character for a film?
It's all right because, of
Mm-hmm.
course, do you know Avatar? Yeah,
Avatar, that
Pe-
film.
there are people that could be there are characters that are voiced either by a white or black guy, but then
Mm-hmm.
in the film they're blue. That's
The
fine
blue.
for movie reasons. It's okay.
Ah.
And you might say, you did say there are a plethora of actors. There's a big plethora of actors that could fill in the role.
Mm.
But there are ways that a movie production does not realize them or cannot get them. One, they don't know who's the actor, and two, budget.
Budget.
There are high class actors that could fill in the role that they need. But remember, you have to pay them. You have to pay them the amount they need for filming the film. And not everyone has a big budget. Like Marvel. Not everyone has Marvel's budget. Not everyone has Marvel's budget.
Okay. Another question about that. So people don't like the race of their character being changed like that for a film. Like, do you think that's racist or that's okay actually?
The actor not agreeing with the race.
No,
being
not the actor. The viewer.
the viewer. Oh, the viewer not agreeing on the fact that the character's race has been changed.
Yeah.
One sec. Let me let me download something on my mind right now.
Okay. Is it racism?
That is confusing. That is pretty tough to answer. It's on the viewer. They don't like if the character's skin tone has been changed. Oh yeah, that is very confusing. Sorry.
Okay, so let's say to put it simply, let's say Batman, because you're talking about Batgirl, right?
Yes.
Batman, actually, you know what? I'm kind of iffy talking about American comic characters because they have these timelines and all that, and they might have changed race in one of those timelines. So let's change to something else, like Dragon Ball, for example. You know the Dragon Ball movie, the Dragon Ball live action movie.
No, I've never watched the live action Dragon Ball.
Have you ever heard of it? Heard how bad it is, though?
Heard how bad it is?
Yeah.
No, not a single word yet.
Okay. So, or something like, let's say, what's a good example? Have you ever, what anime are you watching? Did you say?
The anime I'm currently interested.
Name me one anime.
At least
like.
one anime. The one I'm interested currently in is the anime adaptation of Komi-san.
Komi-san. Okay. Let's say Komi-san, right?
Yes.
So we have Komi-san. Komi-san in the manga and in the anime is a white Japanese girl, right?
Yes.
And then someone decided to make a live action of it, but change Komi-san into, for example, a brown skinned Indonesian girl. Okay, and people doesn't like. Let's say people doesn't like that. The viewers don't like the fact that they changed the race. Do you think that it's racist, or it's actually okay for people to not like it? It's actually acceptable.
I think it could be quite acceptable because the live action is, let's say you said somebody made a live action, right? So as long as it's not what do you call it? It's as long as the studio that makes the anime. Oh wait, how do I say this? Of course, it's someone else making the live action, right? Not from the studio that makes the anime.
Well, by someone else, I mean anyone. It can be from the studio. It can be from the studio. It can be from the author itself, or things. Basically, someone made it. So it doesn't really matter who made it.
I think it's fine. It's fine for people to not like it because, of course, there are some people who like that too. There are some people out there that like it because it's not 100% accurate with the manga or the anime. Some people like that, and I think that could be a matter of preference. Live action differences with the anime adaptation or the manga version, I think that's acceptable. Because I know some people don't like live action at all. I don't really like live action. I like the I like the anime adaptation itself. Not my thing. Not my thing really.
Okay. I should say that. I should correct myself though. Like, it does matter who made the live action. If it's like the the official studio, some big studio, it does matter. It does matter, I guess. But if it's like some fan made from some group of cosplayers, that doesn't really matter, I would say. Like, they have very limited budget, right? And they just some fan made project. There doesn't really matter how much they change it, as long as it's it's we can recognize it.
As long as
Hey.
as long as there are people that enjoy,
Mm.
and of course I know there are some people out there that like the differences.
Mm-hmm.
I know there may be some, although not big,
Mm.
there are not many, but there are some.
Okay. What did they add and pretend to stare at it? But on arts, they still say they say it's okay to draw a white character is black, but they don't like it when you draw a black character as white, as slightly lighter skin color. This happens a lot. Yeah. What do you think about that? Is it racism?
Oh, so basically the reverse of the character first being white to being black,
Okay, so
whilst the opposite is
to-
insanely hated on.
to
that
put
is-
it simply, let's go back to Komi-san. Okay, so
Yeah.
Komi-san, right?
Yes.
White Japanese girl. Okay,
Yes.
and then someone draw her into a black African American girl, and people say, "Oh yeah, that's good, that's good." Okay, but then let's say a black character. What do you have in mind?
Let's say Nagatoro.
Nagatoro, right? Nagatoro is actually isn't Nagatoro is more like like dark skin Gyaru or something.
Oh, all right. Want to take another example? I think I
Yeah.
have one.
Mhm.
Shinyan from Genshin
Oh
Impact.
yeah, Shinyan. See, Shinyan has a dark color, but when someone draw her in lighter skin color, and people go rage because no, that's whitewashing and all that. Then that's an example case. What do you think about it? But similar cases happens a lot.
Yeah, similar cases happen. I've seen those everywhere on Twitter and YouTube too, and that is weird. One is fine, and one, which is the opposite of it, hated on. Like, okay. Let me download something again. What was I thinking of at that? Back to what you said about the movie actors being a different race. I think it should be fine because it's one person's interpretation of that character. You can make anything out of a character. You can make an alternate universe. You can make what? An alter ego version of it. Yeah, there are people that do that, of course.
Yeah.
But the simplest things, in my opinion, of course, something like changing their skin color, it could be just their impression, one artist's impression, their impression, or their version of the character. So like their version of, what if, just not in terms of a racist way, what if this character was this race? What if they want a visual? I think they want to visualize how it's like. They don't mean any hate. I don't think they mean any hate to the original character on how their race is. I don't think they mean any hate.
Just they want to make a version, a different version.
Yes.
And
Some people, and a lot of people, most people actually get a misunderstanding on that.
So it shouldn't really matter at all, right?
Yeah.
Whether the white character got turned into black character turned into white, it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah. Here's one example again. You know Azusa from K-On?
Yeah.
The manga allegedly did turn her from white colored skin to black because of what you call it when you don't wear sunscreen and then you go on the
Oh
beach and you
yeah.
hit sunburns and then your skin gets darker.
She got tan.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's basically that.
mm.
It's, wait. Oh
Yeah,
god,
hello.
I lost what I lost what I was thinking.
Oh no.
Not again. Not again.
Azari, welcome. I cannot get what you guys wanna talk about this same thing. Have fun. Gotta go. Thank you for dropping by. See you. Like when I thought that's like someone from certain race cosplay. I never say anything about that. What the hell? Only in Japanese make anime live action. All the actors are Japanese like Attack on Titans. Them Japanese don't freaking care about races. Everyone is Japanese.
When Japanese make anime live action, all of the actors are Japanese. Live Attack on Titans were like, yeah.
Everyone is Japanese. They don't give a damn.
Yeah, I just what do you call it? Purist reasons, I guess.
Curious, I guess. Or
Well,
maybe,
it's okay.
or maybe they just don't have the resources to go get actors from outside or other aspects.
This guy name withheld says, I don't think it's racist unless you say I don't like Indonesians because they are sassy. That's one example.
Sassy baka.
So let's take two examples here. One says, I don't like this character being this race because I don't think it really suits the character. I don't think it really matches with them.
That is racist.
No, I think
it's not. Okay.
But based on this comment, I think I agree with this. They say, unless this race, I don't like this race because they are. Well, let's say what? I don't want to say anything racist. I can't put up examples. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But people not liking a character for their race because of they don't think it matches the character well. It doesn't fit. It doesn't match the. Let's say the personality of the character. Okay. You're a purist. You're a purist for a fact. That is what. A purist, and it's okay. Some people have preferences, but if you say, I don't like this character being this race because this race, you are targeting that race.
But here's the thing, though. If someone say they don't like this character being this race because they think the race doesn't fit the personality, isn't that being racist towards the race? Because now they think the whole race must have this certain personality.
Oh wait. Oh sorry.
Right?
Wait. How do I explain it? It's difficult. Oh yeah, that is difficult to recorrect.
So is it is that not also race?
You're making me think twice, but I am still in the fact that maybe I don't think that's racist. I don't think if you're not targeting the race, I don't think it's racist. That is a very hard question. Excuse me. I apologize for unable.
Maybe you can think about it more after the stream.
Yeah, I really am sorry for not being able to answer some questions.
It's okay.
There are some that are out of my knowledge.
Changing races when there's an established historical setting is a big issue too. So like, when someone's playing a certain character from a certain historical figure, but they change the race, I can't think of an example for that though. What could be a good example for that? I mean, I guess we can take one from Fate, but I don't know.
Also, like,
Wait, because Fate is kind of different. Okay, Fate. I don't think we can take any example about changing historical figure over there because they change historical figure as free as they freaking want.
oh, actually,
Different franchise. Okay.
Chocopoco has a point. Chocopoco has a point. I really apologize about what I just said. I took back what I said. Sorry, I took it back.
It's okay. It's okay. Viking character from previous comment. Viking character. Viking Valhalla. Is that a movie? I never heard of it. Valhalla movie? Well, what's the problem with that movie? I don't know. Like they cast white actors as the Viking. You go to the website. I think it's what you're getting. Like there are some shared experience you can sort as weapons that are used to. I don't get it. If it's integral to the backstory, I think it's what you're getting. Like there are some shared experience you can sort of expect from certain areas, or to not get too specific. Can you simplify the wording, Kaylin? My brain went poo poo.
If it's
It's
integral to
the same thing. Yeah.
I think is what you're getting at. Like there are some shared experience you can sort of expect from certain areas to not get. If it's integral to the backstory. Okay, yeah, that does confuse me too.
Yeah, sorry. We're not exactly like English isn't our first language, so yeah.
It's kind of hard to understand what is being asked. For me.
Me too.
Sorry about it.
Going the Viking era, there is no camera, there's no exotic code. They had Yar Hux on a white man into a black woman just for the sake of diversity. What? They did that? So now they apparently in the Viking Valhalla movie they turned a historical figure that is already proven to be white, a white man, and cast a black woman to play as the character. What do you think about it?
Let me ask one thing. Jarl Hakon, a white man turned into. Did he voice the black woman?
No. No.
Oh, no.
So this Yar Hakon is a historical figure. He's already dead. And then in the movie, instead of casting a white man to play the character, the director cast a black woman.
Sorry for my unknowledgeable what do you call it? My low knowledge on Vikings. I'm not into them.
Okay.
I didn't really learn about Vikings. Sorry. Alright.
Okay, what do you think about this? Is this racism or not?
No, I guess. I don't think so.
It's
like what example can I say? Have you seen the Doctor Strange madness multiverse of madness movie? I don't want to spoil anything because I got an example from it.
I haven't watched it though, so maybe another
one. Okay, that is hard because that is one example that I thought of. Okay, I remember there are some other examples of a character that had this race and turned into it's the same character but different race, different gender. That kind of reminds me of I guess Fate. Wait, no.
Mhm.
No. That kind of reminds me of a certain gacha game that did had the names of British kings, I guess,
Mhm.
but they transformed it into anime waifus.
Isn't
I
it Fate?
ah ah ah! I've
Again older.
yeah. I think it
Okay.
should be fine if they did change it for for specific reasons, as long as it's not targeted to the original race.
So it's a-okay to change stuff around like that.
For other various reasons of yes, as long as the main reason is not correlated to hatred or discrimination against one race. I think that is my opinion.
Oh, okay. What if there is a Chinese Ethel somewhere? Chinese Ethel. Would Ethel be racist against them? Yeah! Be racist! Let's go! The Ethel is Chinese. Yeah, I'm Chinese. Okay, hold on. Let me drink. Anyway, it's already 1 hour, so I think we're gonna have to end the discussion here. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. This is it. And thank you also Ryan for being the guest for tonight.
Yeah, no worries.
Check Ryan's channel down in the mention in the title. Do you have anything to say before we end the stream, Ryan?
Alright, so one thing, thank you for all the questions. I'm sorry if I'm unable to answer them correctly, all of them.
It's okay.
One more thing. If I did say, in my opinion, that is my view of how things are. It may not be right for everyone. It may not be the correct answer. But that is how I see things. And I am showing you all. I am giving you all what my vision has what do you call it? Has observed and has absorbed from what I've read, what I've seen, and what I know.
Okay. So it was some sort of disclaimer then.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. This is Ethel and Ryan. Check the link in the description for FANBOX veteran merch. You can get special merch to support me on Patreon. Thank you again for in bad name and the hope supporting me on Patreon. Team Jim WM supporting me on FANBOX. Adi Sumimas Green Bed Ham Dem Goodbye Man Brian Hachima Onja Justin Aisan Riverside Dulho McLovin Namsung Otakukuk Elliot Blaze Nouns at the money Rataking Mother Sim Sasim Barato Aichan Sam and abundance of music member. Thank you so much. Another have a nice day, have a nice day, and take care. Asuma. Sorry, I can't find a way to explain a moment with this face. Panic and father. It's okay, it's okay. Let me go read your question again one more time. Maybe I can make if it's integrated, the back say what you're getting it. So I guess you're saying that Kaylin was saying that it's not okay to change the character's race if it's integral to the backstory of that character, I guess then. Anyway,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Awesome.